Today in the Energy Startalk is Becky G. Hey Becky,
Hi.
thanks for staying with us.
No, thank you for
Nice.
having me.
Nice to have you here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We
Having
lots
fun. It's great here.
lots of stress today.
Not lots of stress. It's just crazy because I've been running all over Germany. I landed in Berlin. Then from Berlin we went to Baden-Baden. And then from Baden-Baden we went to Frankfurt, and now we're here in Munich. And it's just like so much is going on, but it's exciting. I'm so happy to be here.
So it's your first visit in Germany, is it?
Yes, first time ever.
Do you like it?
I think it's great. It's so awesome here. And everybody thinks I'm being sarcastic when I say that, but I'm not because I actually like the cold weather. And I like that it's a little gloomy and rainy and like sad outside because in California everything's so like sunny and we're spoiled with such warm weather. But it's awesome here.
Yeah, let's swap. Man, I've always wanted to go to California. Never made it though.
You should come.
I
You
will.
should.
I will. So congratulations to the successful release of your single
Thank
"Can't
you.
Stop Dancing."
Yeah.
No, seriously, everybody thinks I'm sarcastic when I ask that, but I ask me, what does she mean by "I can't stop dancing"? Does she mean she can't stop dancing, or does she mean if you hear that track, you won't stop dancing?
Well, both, I guess, honestly. So "Can't Stop Dancing" is a really special song because, as you know, "Shower" was the first song that came out, and I feel like people really got to know me through "Shower" because it's like really fun and energetic. And then there's this other side of me that after you hang out with me some more time, there's like this little bit more relaxed side of me, a little bit more chill, a little bit more mature for my age. And "Can't Stop Dancing" is that other side that I'm introducing to my fans, and I'm excited. It's really great.
By the way, mature for your age, I just read that line like 2 hours ago. You said with 9 years, you said you had some sort of
Yeah. Midlife
midlife
crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come? Like, is that
It's
true? Did she
funny.
really say that with
I
9 years?
guess, yeah, honestly, I mean, it's funny because I feel like in so many interviews, everybody quotes me on that. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that that would literally be a quote, like at 9 years old. Because I think about it, I'm like, wow, it sounds kind of crazy. But honestly, I did have this moment where I was like, okay, I got to get my life together. What am I going to do? How am I going to help my family? Because at the time, I really turned to music because we were going through kind of a financial crisis. My family, we lost our home, and I moved to my grandparents' converted garage, and we lived in a garage probably like the size of this room, which, as you know, is not that big. And we lived there for about 2, almost 3 years. And that's when I was like, I need to help my family, but I'm so young. I can't go work at a market and bag groceries. Like, they're not gonna hire me. I'm a kid. So what can I do to help them financially and spend the least amount of time possible in this tiny little shed? And my parents supported me. I told them, I want to be an entertainer. I want to sing. I want to perform on big stages. I want to be in movies. I want to do it all. And they're like, okay, well, we'll try it out. And I'm like, okay, cool. And we figured it out. And now I'm here.
Well, that is an inspiring story, sort
Thank
of.
you.
Well, now you're 17. You kind
Yes.
of left your midlife crisis behind you, and now the real life stress
I'm-
is there, or what?
I'm
would you
sure
call
there's
it?
another one ahead in the future, honestly. But I do feel like, since I was very young, I've always had a good idea of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to accomplish in life. And of course, some of that changes as you grow older and you learn more about yourself. And I feel like I'm learning so much more about my craft and about the world. I mean, I've been traveling more now than ever. I just got off of 3 major tours with 3 artists that I think are incredible: Demi Lovato, Jason Derulo, and Katy Perry. And I mean, I've learned so much from so many people, and I'm just, excited about this process in my life. It's cool because it's all changing.
So it's not that bad getting pushed into maturity in that way, because I mean, it kind
No,
of.
honestly, I mean, I think for some people, it is definitely scary choosing to pursue this as a career because you are young, you are surrounded by adults all the time. But I feel really lucky to say that I have such a big family. I'm Mexican, so there's a lot of us. I'm one of 19 grandchildren on my mom's side and one of 15 on my dad's. And they're all like my brothers and my sisters, and they all treat me normal. And when I come home, I'm home. It's not about work, and I think that's what keeps me going, and what gives me that, like, I'm still 17 years old. I'm still a kid, but when I'm working, I'm big girl Becky. I'm on my young woman. I would do my business stuff and handle all my work. So.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound like a normal 17-year-old girl. Absolutely, no, definitely. It sounds really good. You were discovered on YouTube. Can you
Yes.
say, was that your target, or was it more just like, hey, I'm uploading that and see what happens, or?
Honestly, I think it was a combination of things. I mean, it's crazy to say that, yeah, the internet changed my life, but I think that's also it's starting to become more common because it really all of it is on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. It really relies on the fans and the viewers. And if somebody important comes across your videos, and when I was 14, I posted a cover of Jay-Z and Kanye's song Otis, right? I did a remix, and I was only rapping. I rapped 30 bars straight, shot a one-take music video, and posted it. Why? Because it's what everybody's doing. Everybody's posting covers of songs that they're a fan of. Let's just see what happens, And like literally within the week, it was crazy. We got a call from a record label, and what was so cool about it is that usually, record labels wait till, there's like millions of views and a huge fan base, and the video only had a few hundred, like very little. And, we got this call from this woman at RCA Records, and she's like, I have somebody who's dying to meet Becky G, and I leave to New York tomorrow. We need to meet tomorrow before I leave. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness, record labels, this is crazy. And the next day, I walk into this beautiful home in the Hollywood Hills, and I, walk in with my guitar and my mom and my manager, and we're like, oh, this is cool. And I meet this one. She's like, hi, so nice to meet you. And I'm like, thank you. And then this guy walks up to me, and he's like, yo, what's up? I'm Dr. Luke. And like shook my hand, and then in that moment, I like kind of froze, and I was like, oh my goodness. The Dr. Luke, like one of the hottest producers who has like so many #1 hits, has worked with so many artists. This is the guy who wanted to meet me. This is crazy. And we sat down and we talked about music for like maybe like 10 minutes. And then right away, like we just got to it, just offered me my deal. And my life changed after that moment. I got not just signed to him as a artist, but also as a songwriter. Because that was what was really cool, is he thought I was just a rapper. So when I walked in with my guitar and I played him some songs on my guitar and I told him that I was a songwriter, it was just kind of like, bam, like look at all these things that I can do. And I was just so excited.
Man, you just answered all my questions. That was brilliant. I could keep listening to you for hours.
I talk a lot, as you can see. I talk a lot.
Absolutely cool. Yeah, Otis by Jay-Z and Kanye West.
Yes.
Have you met one of them both?
I have yet to meet them. But, I think when the day comes, it'll be a big moment for me because that video is so special to me. I mean, I still, sometimes when I'm like super like stressed out or like I have a lot going on, one time we were like in the midst of like figuring out which directors we wanted for the music videos, and like so much was going on, and I just felt like, oh my goodness, I'm like really overwhelmed. And Luke sent me the link of Otis, and he's like, just watch this. And I watched it, and he's like, remember how you felt in that moment. Remember that drive. He's like, look at the way you're looking at the camera. That's the Becky that needs to stay there. You're focused, you're driven, you're very ambitious, and like that's what inspires me, is looking at 14-year-old Becky and seeing everything that I've accomplished. And I feel really lucky.
And that's a lot. I mean, you're 17 now. There's a lot to come, I guess. When I hear you performing or when I hear you giving an interview, there's lots of space to
grow.
I wouldn't say for improvement. Yeah, to grow.
To grow. I like to think of it as growing because, as a creative person, it's really cool because music is the one thing that's always evolving. It's always changing, and it's cool because you're always learning new things. And that's why I think I love it so much, because you can't get bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's always like something like that you can learn. So
definitely. Well, is there? I wanted to ask you if there's somebody you've always wanted to work with, but by now I get the impression that you just let things come, and if they're there, you'll enjoy them, and if they don't come,
yeah. Well, I'm a true believer in that. Like what you put into the universe is what you're gonna get back, and I like to look at the glass half full and not half empty. And just because I've been that way, I already got to work with one of my idols, my idol, Jennifer Lopez, and like that was such a huge moment for me because like this is somebody that I've looked up to my entire life since I was in diapers, watching all her movies and all her concert tapes and everything. And not only do I love her, but every woman and every man, of course, in my family loves Jennifer Lopez. So when I got to meet her and like, spend time with her, and she made a cameo actually in my remake of her song, Jenny from the Block. I made a remake called Becky from the Block. And she actually makes a little cameo in the video, and it was just like so cool. And it's so crazy to look back on because, of course, you always dream about it, but for it to actually be real life, to know that happened to me is just so surreal. It's like, oh my God, pinch me. Yeah.
Well, Becky, so good to have you here because that's all the questions I just wrote down. And you just keep on telling me. It doesn't even need me. You just tell us your story.
It's all good.
Do you have any plans for Christmas or New Year's Eve?
I do. Like I said, I was on tour for quite a while, so I'm looking forward to having some time back home, a few solid days where I'm going to turn off my phone and my emails and be like, leave me alone. I'm going to go Christmas shopping. I'm going to stuff my face with home cooked meals and hang out in pajamas and watch movies with my family. So that's kind of like where I'm at for the holidays. I'll be home with my mom and my dad and my siblings and just enjoying, you know, their company, because that's probably been the hardest thing so far. I mean, I'm living my dream, so I don't take it for granted. But, you know, traveling is like a love-hate thing. It's mentally and physically exhausting. And I'm so used, my family's my everything. So I'm so used to like being around them all the time. So I think that's probably the hardest part for me. But I mean, like I said, I'm living my dream. So, I mean, being here right now is crazy to me. So I feel very blessed.
This is a pretty nice word for the end.
Yeah.
I think. Or is there anything you'd like to tell your fans in Munich? Is there anything you want to let them know? Then just feel free.
No, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. And, you know, check out Shower. And you can also check out my latest song, Can't Stop Dancing. And just stay tuned for the album. It'll be out at the top of next year.
Thank you very, very much for the visit, Becky.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Hit music only. Energy. Hit music only.